G'day guys, Matt from Big Boys Toys here. Today we're going to talk about how to clean stale fuel out of your petrol engine. We get a lot of engines back where the fuel has gone stale, especially if it sits over time. Pumps are a classic, they sit for a period of time and they need to, I don't know what goes on with the fuel, something goes on with it, but it goes a bit like vegetable oil. I'm not sure why it does it. I'm not a that's not my field, so you'd have to talk to someone within fuel about that. But what I can tell you, what it does do to engines, it doesn't seem to fire, it loses its spark, so to speak. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to clean that out, and so when it comes to having to start your pump, it makes it a hell of a lot easier. I'll bring the camera in a minute closer, but you'll see here under the carburetor, this is the pull start on the back here. You've got your cover here and so forth, and just below your air filter you'll see two 10mm nuts. We're only going to undo only one of them, and it's very important we only do the one because we don't want to unseat our bowl. So I'll bring the camera in and we'll show you from there. Okay guys, we've got a close-up of the carburetor. You'll see there's two bolts here. You've got both 10mm. You've got one at the very bottom directly underneath. That's the one you do not want to undo. You want to make sure you get this one off to the side. It normally points in about not quite 45-degree angle. That's the one we want to take off. Now to do this, we want to make sure that we've got, of course, our appropriate PPE, which is chemical gloves. So you don't want to get fuel on you, it's not the nicest stuff. And what we're going to do is we're going to use a jar and we're going to capture this. So I can get a show, this is an older pump, so I can show you the difference and what happens when fuel goes old. And you'll see it's almost like a vegetable oil. So what we'll do is we won't touch this one. We're going to make sure we take this one and get it started. I'll sit that underneath there. And you see that's coming out almost like a vegetable oil. So what I'll do from there, I'll put my plug bed in. So that's drained the bowl. There's not a lot of fuel that goes in it. So if we were to change our fuel, this is how we want to do it. Sorry guys, I've just got to try to get this back in here with this, yeah, and these gloves on. Can be a bit testing. So we're going to do ours back up, and in the meantime while that's doing, by this time we want to put fresh fuel into our fuel tank. We nip that up, not too tight. But as you'll see, you see that fuel? It's almost like, it goes a yellowy, well, you know what it looks like, but it gets worse as it gets older too. This pump's been sitting around for a couple of months, not too long, and you can see that's in a couple of months already, and you know the fuel you normally put in isn't that colour. So if you compare that to normal fuel, you'd find that, yeah, it's a big difference. So if we want to clean our carby up, we drain that stuff out. That's straightforward, as you see, it only took me a couple of minutes. Before we do that, we put fresh fuel in, and the time that drains out, the fresh fuel's come along. If we go to start that now, that'll start away. Pretty straightforward, probably first to second pour.